Hello investors, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the top 5 stocks in my opinion for the year 2020. So obviously these are going to be stocks that I believe have some growth potential. Some of these are dividend aristocrats, dividend kings, and they just have very good opportunities, very good growth in my opinion. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. There's going to be some recession-proof stocks in case we have the 2020 recession, which some people are predicting, but in my opinion, I do not believe that's going to happen. I believe that the bull market is going to keep continuing throughout the year, but I'm going to have one stock in here that is definitely, in my opinion, a recession-proof stock, and it's actually going to be the first stock of our pick. So let's get into it, guys. And the first stock is going to be McDonald's. So McDonald's is going to be our first pick. So number 5 is McDonald's. The reason I picked McDonald's is McDonald's has a great dividend. So McDonald's has a dividend of 2.36%, and they have been great over the years. They've been annually increasing their dividend. McDonald's is also a dividend aristocrat. The company just increased its quarterly dividend by 8% to $1.25 per share, and it's issued dividends every year since the year 1976. Now, if we take a look at the chart here for McDonald's, on the maximum chart, obviously, it's amazing. In the last 5 years, it's went from about, $100 a share, so it's pretty much went up 100% in the past 5 years. I mean, even if we look on the 1-year chart, it hasn't done that bad. I mean, right here, the stock did go down because of some stuff with the CEO. The CEO got caught with doing some things, but the stock obviously right here was a great opportunity to buy, which I kept saying in my previous videos that I made, because I do invest in McDonald's. I said this was going to be a great buying opportunity right here, and it obviously was. And now look at us, we're almost back at the all-time highs. Earnings are coming up, obviously. Right here, if you guys look at the 52-week range, 173 to 221, that's not bad. Volume daily is about 4 million average. The PE ratio on this one is going to be 27.76. Not too bad. I try to stick around, in the 20s. Under the 30s is what I look for. Earnings, obviously, January 29, 2020. So we're going to be waiting for that to see what happens with the stock itself. I'm hoping that we're going to have some good earnings, but we're not too sure. I mean, McDonald's has some great things coming up in the future. They're really getting into the advertisements. They're going to try to advertise a lot in the year with some new features. I know they're going to be bringing out, I believe, a new chicken sandwich that's going to be something new that the customers might enjoy, and we hope that that can boost some things up. We all know they have the the self-serve kiosks where you can order your food. They're just trying to improve many different things in the stock, in the industry, and just make things better for everybody and easier to use and handle. But my opinion for McDonald's is by the end of 2020, I'm hoping to see a price near 240, 250 a share. But obviously, we're gonna have to see see what happens with that. Now, before we get into the next stock for 2020, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Let's try to get over 100 likes on this video. It helps the channel grow and helps the algorithm and everything like that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. Leave a comment below. What stock do you think is going to be the best performing stock in 2020? So leave any stock that you think is going to be good. And let's see at the end of the year who predicted, the best stock of the year. So leave a comment below. The fourth stock that I'm going to be making on this list is going to be the Southern Company, ticker symbol SO. Okay, so the Southern Company, they have been doing very good in the maximum if we look here since 82. If we look on the 5-year chart, it was kind of not so hot, but if we look in the past year, this stock has been booming. I mean, it's went from about $47 to close to $68 now. The stock, it's at an all-time high pretty much right now, and the PE ratio is only 15.65 on it, which is not bad at all in my opinion. The dividend on this is 3.63. So what's going on with Southern Company, and one of the big things is these nuclear plants. So they just had Unit 3, the main control room begins operations. So it says main control room essential to systems testing and safety starting and operation of the plant Unit 3 and 4, and it requires about 70 highly trained nuclear operators. Now, what's going on is bringing the 3-unit main control room online is another major step in the project transition from construction to system operations. So they're slowly getting there. The vice president, they said the main control room allows us to conduct system testing for the unit in preparation for the initial startup. So they're pretty much, still in the testing phases, but the goal is for this to be finished, and hopefully if they can finish this, it's going to be a very, very big thing. So we're hoping that we have better news and that things keep on going and being better. So let's read a little bit about it. Georgia's Power is the largest electric subsidiary of Southern Company, America's premier energy company. Value, reliability, customer service, and stewardship are the cornerstones of the company's promise to 2.6 million customers in all but four of Georgia's 159 counties. Georgia's Power maintains a diverse, innovative generation mix that includes nuclear, coal, and natural gas, as well as renewables such as solar, hydroelectric, and wind. Georgia Power focuses on delivering world-class services to its customers every day, and the company is consistently recognized by J.D. Power and Associates, the industry leader in customer satisfaction. So basically, this nuclear plant, for Southern Company is going to be a very, very big thing that's going to be happening, and hopefully they have success with it, because that is going to drive the stock to do even better. The company is going to do better, and in a long-term hold, in my opinion, that's why I'm a holder of this stock. Actually, I have this in my M1 Finance portfolio. Real quick, if you guys want to sign up for M1 Finance, there's going to be a link in the description. If you sign up right now, you get $20 once you deposit $100 to invest in. If you want to sign up for Robinhood, you get a free stock, and I get a free stock. So go ahead and click those links in the description. But anyways, Southern Company, that's the fourth pick. I believe this one's going to have some very nice growth. I'm going to predict on this one to get close to maybe $90 a share if things go, according to plan, and hopefully this plant gets some good success. Okay, guys, so the third pick on our 2020 list is going to be ABBV, AbbVie Inc. So what's going on with this one is going to be, okay, so pretty much what happened is last year, this is a pharmaceutical company, first of all. So this is in the healthcare sector, and pretty much what's going on is last year was not a very good year. If we look at the 1-year chart, ABBV, it started off in the 80s, dropped down to close to $64. Great opportunity for anybody who bought. And then halfway through the year, it started recovering, and we're back to where we pretty much started at the beginning of the year. If we look at the 5-year chart, it's not the best, but this is the time right now that I believe it's going to have some very good growth. They've had some mergers in the past year or two. It's had some positive data coming out. They're not relying on one drug. They're expanding more, and they're getting more things going on. They have a dividend yield that stands at a juicy price of 5.4%, and its dividend growth has been in the double digits for years. Although the stock has tanked, like I said, from $125 to the high 80s now. The last dividend raised announcement in November 2019 came in at over a 10% raise, I believe 10.3% to be more accurate, which is an amazing dividend increase in my opinion. The market cap on ABBV is 128 billion. Their PE ratio is 40, which is a little bit high in my opinion, but it's nothing to be worried about, because the stock, I believe, is still going to be amazing. This stock just has a lot of potential in my opinion, and there's no reason why I wouldn't invest it in my opinion. I have some shares of it. Actually, I just added it to the portfolio about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Even though I do wish I would have bought it at a better price down here, I'm still happy at the price that I did get it, and I believe that this one is going to get past that $100 per share in 2020, maybe possibly even higher. But I definitely think that this is going to be a very nice pick for 2020, and it has a lot of room for growth with a lot of different things. All right, guys, this is when it's going to start getting juicy. Now we're going to have 2 companies. Number 2 is going to be, let's say, a company that just broke $1 trillion market cap. So let's look at it. It's going to be Apple, as you guys can see on the screen. So number 2 is ticker symbol AAPL, which is Apple. Okay, so let's talk about Apple a little bit. So pretty much Apple has had its ups and downs in the first half of 2019, but pretty much in the end of summer and after that, they've been on a very huge tear up. They've been exploding pretty much. As you can see, they've had a huge jump. It's up about 74% for the year to date in 2019, which was amazing. They had a very, very nice, end to the year. If we look here in the 1-year chart, the stock started about $127 per share, and we ended at about $300 a share to end the year. So that is a huge, that's almost 100% right there. From 157 to about 300, that's almost 100% gain that it had last year. Apple is right now at $317 per share. Market cap is at 1.39 trillion. It's finally joined the top 3: Microsoft, Alphabet, and Apple. Obviously, the 3 main ones right now. They're the only companies with over $1 trillion. Apple is at all-time highs, as you guys can see. Apple actually even has a dividend. It's almost at a 1% dividend. It's 0.97%, which is not the best dividend, obviously, to hold, but at least it has some type of dividend and with a lot of room to grow. Because as you guys know, customers who own Apple products, they don't just buy one product and stop and never come back. If you own an iPhone, as soon as the next iPhone comes out or the next generation after that, you know that those iPhone fanatics, they're going to come back and buy that new iPhone, buy those, the AirPods, or buy whatever product it is, the MacBook, whatever, the product can be. They're going to go ahead and buy it. They love Apple products. Whatever Apple product is out there, they're going to get it. And Apple knows that, so they're going to continue to produce better and more things, and they're going to expand their, growth with everything, because they know that the customers are going to come back and buy it again and again and again. And that's why this stock is going to be booming, in my opinion, this year. In my opinion, I think we're going to break $400 a share by the end of the year, by 2020, the end of 2020. So $400 a share is looking very juicy, in my opinion. It's a definite buy for me. I really am thinking about adding this to my position. Now, we're going to see what happens with the earnings on January 28th. Depending on how earnings go, which I believe the earnings should be positive, I might add some of Apple to my portfolio. Personally, I do not own any Apple right now. I did own Apple last year here around this price, about 180 a share. And of course, I sold out of it. I don't know why I did that. I should have just held the stock. I could have, pretty much made a double my profit, double my investment. But it's okay. You can't have all winners, but I'm definitely thinking about adding Apple to my position, and that's why Apple is on my number 2 pick. All right, guys, so the number 1 stock that I think for 2020 is going to be MSFT, Microsoft Corporation. The reason I think that Microsoft is going to be the number 1 stock is obviously it's one of the top 3 with the over 1 trillion market cap, PE ratio of 31. The stock has been on a tear. It's been tearing everything, The giants moved to subscription-based services and cloud computing, which is pretty much churning out profits. Microsoft generated free cash flow of nearly 74 billion in the past 12 months, ending around September, and it has used that cash to pay a nicely growing dividend that has improved by 65% over the past half decade. They have a dividend of 1.23% right now, which is not the best dividend, obviously, but with the companies such as Microsoft, the dividend like that is amazing. Just like I talked about Apple in the previous clip, very, very beautiful stocks to hold. I mean, in the past year, if we look at Microsoft, it was at the beginning of the year, it was somewhere around $100 per share, and it ended up the year at close to $165 per share, pretty much at all-time highs currently. That's a gain of 60% right there, over 60%. I think that Microsoft is gonna do very, very nicely this year, and I'm aiming for a target of around $200 per share on Microsoft. I believe that can definitely get done. Earnings are coming out January 29, 2020. That's coming up soon. I think earnings are going to be through the roof. Great profits, plenty of profits. Like we said, they're churning out those profits. They have a lot of different things, cloud computing, very, very positive. They even signed new deals. Recently in 2019, they won that big fight that they had with Amazon. They won the battle. So Microsoft, just an amazing dividend holding and a growth holding to have for 2020. So what do you guys think about the list, guys? These are the top 5 stocks for my list for 2020. Leave a comment below. Like I said, leave a comment below and tell me what stock you think is going to perform the best in 2020, and tell me the reasoning behind your pick, and we'll discuss it in the comments, and we'll see if anybody predicts the best stock actually for 2020 with the most profits. And yeah, so we'll see that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you guys get notified every time I make a new video. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.